1.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Trailer Talk. I got PJ and Pagan with me today. It's so fun. Yay.
I'm frozen. I'm trying to pretend like my screen's frozen.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you, Jack?
I love how you're trying to pretend like your screen's frozen and Drew's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, only half of the screen is frozen. No Stephanie today. She's on vacay. I don't know who approved that. But I did.
I'm a little. I had a 3-day wedding weekend, so I think I'm still a little drunk. Or the hangover's just starting as well.
Yeah, that's sometimes it's delayed when you get older.
It's the delayed hangover for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I thought if I kept drinking every day, I'd never get the hangover. But then
I tried that in Vegas when we were in Vegas.
Oh, you sounded bad when you morning call with Drew in the morning. I go, hey, Drew. He goes, oh, that's all you need.
I need water.
I had a rough night.
So it was like I was hungover and I had a cold. It was like a double whammy. Yeah, so we had to take 2 weeks off Trailer Talk, guys. Sorry about that, but we had a lot of travel. We were in Vegas for
we were in Chicago,
and then in Chicago for another thing we were shooting there too. So been busy. Good to be busy, but it's nice to be back home and doing this with you guys. Trailer Talk. We got 2 pretty awesome trailers to watch. Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning Part 1.
What? We're not doing Barbie?
We're going to do Barbie next week, Pagan. Because, listen, Stephanie's not here.
That's fair. No, Stephanie is the front runner.
I don't know a bigger fan for Barbie than
It's
Stephanie.
true.
I think last time, 2 weeks ago, we had Trailer Talk, and we were talking about, like, Oppenheimer, and she's like, yeah, but what about Barbie? Does Barbie in this
I was
movie?
going to potentially release
This guy already bought her
day.
tickets.
Yeah.
That's right.
Guy's already got her tickets.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
So let's wait on Barbie till
Fair.
next week.
So what's the other trailer we're doing?
We're going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Seth Rogan helming that, reimagining that.
Really, that's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got. Listen, all right, I'll get into it a little later, but I'm a big Turtles fan.
Yeah,
so
hence that's why we're doing it.
yeah.
Hey, there's EJ's my best friend.
Thanks, EJ.
Give us some soup.
Mutatable CouchSoup. Hey, everyone's having a good day so far. We are having a good day so far.
We're having a
Are
great
you guys
day.
having a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What day is it?
It's Tuesday.
I told you.
Oh, for a
Trailer
second there, I didn't know.
I'm coming off a 3-day binge, so it's not
Wow.
going to
Yeah.
be a good day.
No, that's fair.
All right. Well, keep your salty attitude to
Yourself.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to start out real quick. Series finales have been going on. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Ted Lasso series finales this week. Series finale, right? Not just season. Series finale.
Wait, are you kidding?
Yeah, it's the last season.
Damn it.
I know
No.
they haven't been promoting it at all. Like that's the final one, but it's the final.
This Wednesday is the final.
This Wednesday
of
is
the
the
series.
Son of a
series
bitch. I love that
series
show.
end of
I'm gonna
Ted
have to watch it
Lasso.
all over again.
And then
How
also
could it
Barry's
cry?
season finale, I think, was over the weekend, and Succession, which
Never-
was another big
And
show.
that series finale is over. That's over.
That's
Succession's
Succession
over.
just ended on Sunday.
Nothing left.
So I mean, we're not going to dive into spoilers, right? Like that's not the show. But I just wondered.
That's called spoiler talk.
That is spoiler talk. It's a new show. We'll be helming over on Circle.
Or
maybe.
only
I
tell
don't know.
spoilers.
True.
Just spoilers. Vader
He dies
is
at the
Luke's
end.
father. Yeah. But I mean, are you guys a big fan of like series finales? I mean, is there a series that you watched that you're like, thank God this got a chance to end, or is there?
Seinfeld was awful when it ended.
Really?
That was just like.
That's considered one of the best. I think a lot of people consider that one of the best.
Maybe it's just I don't want them to end, so they're all bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
can
I
see
feel like
that.
the only series finale that I've ever really like took a hold of was the Friends series finale, just because it was so emotional. They'd been going on for years. But other than that, like Game of Thrones sucked.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. went
So
down.
I was like, well, that
Balls,
was
dragon
shitty.
fire.
Invested time and money into that show that I didn't really care about.
Yeah. Were you guys? I mean, I think before Game of Thrones, the only other big zeitgeist was Lost. Were you guys
Never
Oh
watched
God, I'll never get that time back. I will never get that time back.
It's
It's
like
the
that. It's like
worst
From. It just keeps
ever.
going and keeps going and keeps going. You gotta
Yeah.
stop. Like enough.
Yeah, I think they bit off more than they could chew with that one. It was one of those moments where you're like, you mean you're not going to explain anything?
Anything?
No, yeah.
Not one thing.
You're not going to answer
So
really
worst.
any. You're not going to tie up any of that shit that you did in like seasons 2 through 4.
You know,
I think it's worse though when the series doesn't have a finale and they
Right.
just stop.
You're right.
Oh,
And then you're
yes.
like, what happened? Like Con Man.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
oh, man.
just
yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pity that Stephanie isn't here because there was a series finale of Hilary Duff's show Lizzie McGuire on like the Disney Channel. Yeah, there's a series there was like a final episode, and it was really lovely. And I remember that one. That was great because that was like a nice coming together, happy ending sort of thing. So that was cool.
So are you saying this is the end of Mission Impossible? Is that why we're talking?
Well,
about this?
kind of. I mean, series finales. No Mission Impossible is different, but I mean, that was a TV show back in the day, and I don't know if that never quite got an ending, and that's because the movies actually take place.
First movie is 6 years after
the
TV
series. And so, but I mean, I don't know. Series finales just seem to be like really big right now because of Succession ending, and that's like the latest HBO big thing that kind of culturally a lot of people were around. I never quite got into it. I
tried a couple times.
And then Barry was very popular, and then obviously Ted Lasso is ending only after 3 seasons.
3 seasons.
So
that's
I love that show.
Gutting. I love that show.
Yeah, I know it's a shame, right? But you always wonder, I'm like, if enough people throw enough money at them, will they come back? For me, it was obviously Sopranos series finale was, I think, just
that's
incredible, classic, right? I mean, it's just one of the, if not the best. I personally like Halton.
He did die. The director said he did get shot. I read it.
But I like it if they leave it to the audience. There's something about the ending, like no spoilers, but there's something about an ending that is sort of like left to your own.
Really? You
like that?
I
like
unsolved,
that. In case you love them so much.
It's the same way that I love about Inception. Does the
the spinning top.
The top topple or not, right? Like I love that they cut before you actually see if it goes down or not. Like I love that because in my mind he made it, but obviously, whatever. But another one, Halt and Catch Fire, I thought was one of the best.
We need to discuss that at length. By the way, you can't just leave that there. But in my mind, he made it. He made it home because the kids are wearing the exact same thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Go ahead. We'll dive into.
No, we can totally discuss it in length.
No, we'll circle it up.
We'll circle back.
Tell me how this is real, man. It's exactly the same as his dream.
Because it's film and it's showing you. He's not actually. Never mind. Another one I thought was very good. The Americans is up there with probably one of the best TV. I never saw 6 Feet Under, but a lot of people say 6 Feet Under had one of the greatest series finales of all time. I think also, what makes great series finale? Like a great needle drop. Like the Americans had. It was the Phil Collins song. Oh shit.
In the Air Tonight?
Yeah. Is it In the Air Tonight? Yeah. And like Halt and Catch Fire had the Salisbury Road. It's like that needle drop that plays while you're seeing all the slow-mo, like what everybody's doing now. I
love that when they go like
forward in the year, and you're kind of like, you get a little emotional because it's like it's over. That moment that you spent like 6 or 7 years with these characters, and now it's like you got the needle drop playing, and you're seeing everybody's in their different areas, or they've moved on, like whether it's friends or Halt and Catch Fire or what, and I don't know. There's something about the finality of something and watching, like you're lived with these characters for so long, and then they get a chance to kind of wrap it all up in a nice little bow if possible.
Yeah, except if you don't want it to be over. It's like you got a good book and you finish it.
But there's something about the ending, right? Like, don't you want it to end? Like
they did that in Harry Potter, right? You saw years later.
Yeah.
I hated that she hooked up with Ron.
Still can't let it go, huh?
It's
apparently they shipped the audience didn't want it to happen. So initially she was going to have Hermione end up with Harry. And the audience were just like, no. Hermione and Ron have to end up together. So she changed it.
Really?
Yeah. And at the end of the first book, she was going to write the second book with a developing love story between Hermione and Harry. And people got hold of that, and they were shipping Ron and Hermione. So then that's why it started.
It should have.
In my mind, it's sort of like it spawns this idea of sort of like the chosen one. Like imagine Harry and Hermione's kid. Like it would be like the super wizard.
Chosen one.
Yeah, like the chosen one. Like it's like
chosen one.
It wouldn't. It just
like the super wizard.
Hero chosen one.
It wouldn't have worked. Ron and Hermione are like polar opposites. They're perfect.
But isn't that what life is? Like the ones that don't work.
Hey, don't marry your polar opposite.
It
doesn't work.
Hey, it could work for some people.
Better EJP. I also did like the Better Call Saul finale. Dude, I am 2 seasons away from finishing that. It's an incredible show. The Thing. Well, as a movie, okay, I could feel you. Let's see. I'm still surprised at Ted Lasso ending. EJP. Yeah, no, I
Yes,
agree.
that's really heartbreaking. I didn't know that.
It's such a
Is
good
that
show.
does
I mean,
that
some
do
people
anything
hate
with the
this
writers or
season.
anything? No.
From my wife
Everybody's getting famous.
My
off
wife
it.
looked this up. Apparently, they were like, I have a hard time with this, but apparently they were like, we had an ending in mind, and we got there. We're getting there. So.
Oh shit! Okay, so it's kind of like here's how we start.
So what
here's
league
the
are
end,
they
and
playing
that's
in?
it.
Like, can they go up another league? Is that what's
No,
gonna
they're in
happen?
the
Or
Premier
they're
League.
in the Premier League.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if they win
yeah.
the Premier League, it's kind of like that's the best you're gonna get. So,
Right.
but like, here's the deal. And I think that's the problem with season 3. The problem is it's not turned in. It's now not a comedy. It's now not a sitcom comedy. It's now a dramedy, right? It's more prestige television, and the problem is it started off more like a TV,
Fish
like
out
a
of water
like
comedy.
a comedy, right? Like a workplace comedy, but it's soccer. Like it's a soccer workplace with the coach being, like the jokes on like the cultural differences. But now it's turned into like an ensemble dramedy, right? Like a ensemble cast dramedy, and so
Still
it's
good,
sort of like
great.
they want to end it like it's a prestige TV show, like a
Right.
like a dramedy, but it started out as a comedy, which could have gone forever, like just like The Office or any other comedy.
Did The
Friends.
Office have a season finale?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't remember. I quit
I
that
haven't
show.
seen it. I've seen the
Yeah.
UK Office season finale, which was fucking excellent.
Yeah, is it?
It's
Yeah.
so good. But I feel like the UK Office and the US Office have like very different humors. Similar but very different, and like
Yeah.
the UK Office is very cringeworthy. But if you get through it, like the finales were like Christmas specials, and it was lovely. So for example, in the US Office, where Jim and Pam sort of get together fairly quickly, the UK they don't at all until like the season finale, where there's like this potential, and it's very nice. So
When I was a kid, I loved Christmas specials.
Christmas
Like when the
specials are pretty
shows did
good,
a
yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
special,
Yeah,
or then the Dean Martin Christmas specials.
Yeah.
I was like, he's drunk. Look at him, he's drunk. I've rewatched those.
You know who does
fucking
good
great.
Christmas like episode? Doctor Who. They always
Yes,
drop
that's
a
a great
Christmas
one. Yeah, they do a good one.
episode of Doctor Who, and I'm always like, I always look forward to that. How they like,
But I
sci-fi
can't watch
that
them. I can't re-watch them unless
Oh
it's
really?
Christmas time.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas time.
You
Yeah.
gotta watch that. I can't wait. And they never did enough Halloween specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
not
because it's
as
not
widely celebrated. I don't think.
widely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The Last
Well-
Disciple, real quick. Mr. Robot ended very well. I agree. That was no
stopped
spoilers,
watching
but that has like
I gotta-
one
I
of the
gotta rewatch that.
the weirdest head fakes that you're like if you see it coming, props to you, but
I
it
should
pulls something
rewatch
out of the rug. You're like, I did not see that coming. So very cool.
Cool.
Go check out Mr. Robot. That's a great show.
Will do.
Yeah, so let's move on. Series finales. We'll we'll see how Ted Lasso ends. Hopefully, it lives up to our expectations. But until then, we have some Mission Impossible to watch.
Set her up.
Let's do this. So
Alright.
this is the 7th film in the film series. Ethan Hunt is back with his IMF team to track down probably another dangerous weapon that's going to destroy the world. That's kind of how this goes.
We love to
I
see
think
it.
It's the other one. The other one. And then directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who also
that-
directed the last 2.
He's his buddy,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
they don't like if Tom Cruise is making a movie, he's the director.
Well, except Top Gun was not done by Christopher McQuarrie. It was done by John Krasinski. So yes, he's got a couple guys that he
Wait,
works
Top
with.
Gun
But yeah,
was
Jack,
done by John Krasinski?
or not John Krasinski.
No, he's looking. He's
The
listening.
same guy who
Okay.
did like Oblivion and
He did
what's
Top
his name?
Gun. Director. Oh, writer. He wasn't
Writer,
a director,
right.
but he wrote all that stuff.
Yeah.
But he didn't do the Jack Reacher ones.
No,
but
he did.
Mummy.
Jack Reacher was
he
a
wrote
fun
Edge
series.
of Tomorrow. He did the first Jack Reacher, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he
Never
did.
Go Back.
Right. Yeah. The second one was bad. So.
A lot of the fallout, but that's they're
Yeah.
friends.
After Jack Reacher, they got along really well.
Yeah,
And
but because look
those
at
were
that,
like-
Brian De Palma was the first one. John Woo, J.J. Abrams,
Abrams, yeah.
Brad Bird.
Brad Bird from
Like it's
Incredibles. Yeah.
big guys in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And we could talk about like what's your favorite Mission Impossible film. We'll get into that.
I haven't watched it since the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you
Wow,
have no
you need to
fucking
catch
clue what's
up.
going on. Yeah.
Oh,
This,
what was the one with the the woman that was in that HBO movie? Thalia.
You're thinking of
I watched that
Tandy
one, too.
Newton?
Tandy
Tandy
Newton.
Newton.
That's the
That's the
second
second
one.
one.
With John Wayne,
I've seen
yeah.
first and second one.
Yeah, and
Second one's very
this one stars obviously Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, Haley Atwell is a newcomer in this one.
interesting.
Yeah, Ving
From
Rhames is back.
the Marvel series, right? Like she's from.
Yeah, she was Peggy.
Yeah, that's right. Peggy.
Simon Pegg is back. Rebecca Ferguson is back as well.
Love her.
Vanessa Kirby is back from the last.
Oh, I love her. Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of our favorites are back. You know, the crew is back. Him, Ving Rhames, and Simon are kind of like.
And it's part 1 of 2.
Yes, this is rounding out just like Fast and the Furious. They're like, we're gonna end it. We gotta end this thing. Tom Cruise is in his 60s, so they're like, we only probably got one more of these things left in us. He's still doing his own stunts. So this is part 1 of 2. So second part.
And the release dates are a year apart.
I don't know. I think they were originally gonna film them back to back, but I think because of COVID they didn't. Oh. So I don't know if that still holds. But so I don't know if part 2 is coming out next year.
Count us down, girl.
Alrighty, okay. Let me switch out. All right, press and play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Our lives
are so loud. Sorry.
are the sum of our choices.
Whoa! Oh, this is the infamous motorcycle stunt.
Yeah.
And we cannot escape
they have a whole
the
documentary.
past.
He's running
Ethan,
like usual.
This mission of yours.
I mean, it's almost like his catchphrase, you know what I mean? It's a signature run.
Yeah.
And the jaw clench.
Yeah.
You have a good jaw clench.
The world is changing.
I love this desert stuff.
Truth
Can't get enough of
is
her.
vanishing.
Yeah.
She's
War
so good.
is coming.
He's in Silo, right?
Yeah. And Dune.
It's been a long time, fam. You've no idea the power I represent.
I don't know who he is, but
It
he's hot.
knows your story and how it ends.
I'm in it. I'm down.
It's such a beauty pass.
I love that he just continues to run. All the running. And car chases.
Oh, that's Atwell.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
I love the music.
His fate is written.
That's a lot of guns.
Shall we write yours too?
If anything happens to me,
Yeah.
there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
I'm gonna ride a bike.
He did this like 3 times.
Save the world.
With no parachute. Oh no, he did. Sorry, with only a parachute. Sorry.
Yeah, with
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
running. Running some more.
Oh my God! It's Uncharted.
Yeah. No shit. It is.
It's actually Uncharted.
Yeah.
Am I own?
That was sick. Oh my God! It is. It's Uncharted.
Totally.
None of our lives can matter more.
Oh
than
my
this
God!
mission.
What?
I don't accept that.
Yeah. Kicking. Punching again.
Listen, we love an Uncharted moment.
That's right.
Cool.
Dead Reckoning. Part 1.
So
July
I guess we're
12th.
all going back to play Uncharted 2.
Yeah, right?
What?
Man, the beauty pass on him was heavy. The beauty pass. I want to know the budget to cleaning that up.
Making him look just 10
making him
years
look
younger.
good. Have you ever sat in a beauty pass?
Yeah.
It's painstaking.
Yeah.
And it takes forever and costs a fortune.
Company 3 does.
They do good ones.
They do good
They
ones.
do good ones.
I mean, what do you guys think? Who wants to start?
I'll never watch that.
Oh,
I've seen that movie
Drop
a
it on.
million times. I mean, even you guys call that out Uncharted. Like, what's
Uncharted.
there that is interesting enough to get you to go to a movie theater? I'll watch it on the airplane.
Okay.
I'll watch it, when it comes
I
out,
feel you.
maybe in the thing. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to the movie theater to see this.
Even for like the big
nothing
stunts.
original.
Nothing. No, not into the stunts.
Yeah, it's so every stunt's been done where they have to go. This is practical. You did this practical. That's what you guys see is practical. I
They
don't care if
say
it's practical.
most
or not
dangerous
practical.
stunt he's
Tell
ever
me
done.
a good story. I didn't see a good story in that trailer.
Yeah, I'm with you a little bit on that.
Well,
Pagan?
sure. No, I love Rebecca Ferguson. I think she's like just the epitome of.
So
like,
you started watching
a woman.
Silo?
Oh my God, so beautiful. No, is that on something
Apple
American? Is that
TV?
on like HBO or something?
Apple TV.
Yeah, I think
Oh
so.
no, I'll have to give that a go.
Is it
I have
good?
Apple TV.
The girls are liking it. I've read
I
I
like
read the
her.
books, so I kind of know.
Oh,
where it's
you know.
going.
Oh, it's based on
So
books.
I know all the things that they're hiding. Yeah, it's based on some.
Alright.
YA
No, yeah,
novels.
definitely interested. I like her, but this whole thing just looked a little bit like Uncharted with like some of my favorite actors. So Like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've watched them all. I've seen them all.
Right.
I enjoy them for what they are. They're a flashy stunt movie. Are you gonna go in there for good acting? Probably not. Are you gonna go in there to like cry? No. Are you
It's
like
the
you know what I
Bond
mean?
movies. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind of like the John Wick movies. You know what you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stunts, good action, probably good directing, great actors. Yeah, I love it.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna look slick, right? It's gonna look clean. It's gonna have like all the things you want from a big blockbuster film, right? You know, it's
So
kind
you
of
should see it in a movie theater.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's probably gonna be formatted. They probably shot the stunts in IMAX. It's probably gonna be dope. You know, like it's like one of those kind of movies. You know, it's a movies movie, whatever the fuck that means. But
yeah, it's a movies movie. I feel you on that. It's like a good cinema movie. Yeah, sure.
Right. I mean, I'm kind of with you guys on the plot. Like, it's a lot of like. So okay, the first trailer launched and it was sort of like this, like it felt like it leaked and they just put it out there. It looked unfinished, but it had a lot of the scenes.
Yes.
I don't know if we remember we covered it on Trailer Talk last year when it first dropped, and it had a lot of the same. This trailer is pretty powerful. It's bold. It's got the music. It's got Tom Cruise running and punching and car driving.
It's the seventh time.
But it's kind of like that's what you want out of
yeah.
it would sort of be like making a Star Wars movie without any lightsabers. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see the lightsaber ignite, you're like, fuck yeah, it's a Star Wars movie. That's what I want. You know, and it's like what makes Mission Impossible fun are the twists, right? And what they can't do in the trailer is show you the twist because it's going to ruin the movie.
Sure.
So you don't know. There's scenes in this trailer where that's not Tom Cruise, or that's Tom Cruise wearing the mask, or that's somebody playing somebody else, or he's doing a double fake for this thing, right? It's all about like deception, right? Like the whole IMF, you know, an impossible mission force. The whole idea is this is an impossible mission. They got to do whatever they can do to like get through it, and that is like. I don't know. I get a little giggly about the idea of like what they're gonna do and like the stunts they're gonna have to pull. Like I still remember seeing the first Mission Impossible when he lowers himself into that vault.
Yes.
You know,
that was something like where was that in the trailer?
sensitive.
Well, that's
Where was that?
Noise
in the trailer?
sensitive
that
vault.
Wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean the train. There's that moment where like he's about to go under the train and he has to like. I mean,
I
there's some
saw
really.
that in Uncharted.
Oh God. Yeah.
You know, but why can't they like change the POV a little bit? Do that from another character's point of view. Flip it. Do it from the villains. Like, give me something different.
Do you want the villain's point of view though?
Well, I don't know. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, like, give me.
That's the spin-off from Mission Impossible.
Yeah, give
the Mission Impossible.
Serve it up different. Man.
Yeah.
Serve
All
it
right.
up. That's lazy.
All right.
I think it's lazy. But that's what's happening in Hollywood. They give them more of what they want.
I mean, so 290 million. This is the most expensive Mission Impossible.
290 to make.
Wow.
To date, most
Told you,
expensive
180
Tom Cruise movie.
180 in the beauty
Yet.
pass.
Where is that money going? To the beauty
180
pass
in the beauty pass.
to make Tom Cruise look good.
The movie costs 110 million and 180 for the beauty pass.
I mean, you seem to think there wasn't much to be wowed by here. I mean, do you not
I can
see
see where they spent it, but I'm not.
the locations? I mean, it looks like they're in multiple like locations. Lots of travel
There's
here.
a lot of money for the. Is that the one that had all the flack where they were shooting during COVID?
COVID.
Yeah.
And they got like Tom Cruise had this big speech and he got shit for it. And, like it was not apparently it was a pretty toxic set. So they just threw money at it to make everybody happy.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I am absolutely guessing that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know COVID alone probably inflated the budget about 30%, right?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah, well, if you're shooting on a regular day in Hollywood, you got to add like on a commercial, right? So if you're doing $150 a day, which is cheap, you got to still add 30 for COVID now.
right, 30K
Yeah.
on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I think
20%.
The person that I thought was really interesting in this trailer though was her name is Pom Clementif?
Pam,
Pom?
not Palm.
P-O-M? You sure?
Oh, it's Palm.
Pretty sure
It
it's
is Palm.
P-O-M.
Yeah,
Yeah.
P-O-M. Yeah, from
She's
Guardians.
French. Yeah, from Guardians. I
Yeah.
love her. Like, I love her in Guardians, but in this, she looks badass. She kind of looks like Harley
She
Quinn or
was
something.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the sword in the alleyway, right?
And she's
Is that
kind of
the
like,
shot?
her makeup is
Yeah.
kind of, like she could have been like Harley Quinn. Like, her makeup
Yeah.
is really pale and she's got like this little teardrop on her and her
Teardrop,
hair is
yeah.
wet. And I was like, this looks really good.
It does look
I think
cool.
she
She
looks
did look good.
really intriguing throughout the whole thing. And whoever the hot older guy is, he's got
The bad
BD.
guy?
And
Yeah, do you remember him
Margaret.
from?
Who's he?
He was in his first movie, I think, was La Bamba. where he played the younger brother of Richie Valens that dies. You ever seen the show?
No.
It's fucking great. Look up La Bamba with Richie Valens and you'll get that guy's name. And
no shit.
Yeah. Unless he's just reminded me of that guy.
I suppose these are the only two real movies.
What's the guy from Renfield? Renfield.
Yeah.
Wasn't he originally supposed to play?
S.A. Morales.
Clemente,
the bad guy?
He was the young son. He was the young brother in La Bamba.
With Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yeah, 1987.
Oh, man, I love Lou Diamond
Phillips. Asai? Born in Brooklyn to Puerto Rico.
S.A. Morales.
I'm sure.
Names.
Oh, if you want to watch an over-the-top movie, watch La Bamba.
La 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 bamba.
That's Richie Valens. He died in the plane crash with Buddy Holly and the Big Hop. Big Bop. Big Bop Hop.
I mean, I don't know, Pagan. I mean, do you see that 290 on screen? Are you seeing anything that's kind of like this feels like, yeah, you put a lot of money into this?
I assume. Listen, everything he does is like real effects, so I assume the real effects are costing way more than any fucking digital effects would. So
right.
I'm assuming that's where the budget is going, is like to insurance. To insurance for the set for like all of these stunts. I think the stunts are always really good in these films, and almost all of them are practical, unless there's like certainty of death, then there's no practicality. But even then, I mean, it's 50-50 with Tom Cruise. He's like, I'll just, let's do that again. You want to go off the cliff on a motorcycle again? Did you say, excuse me, did you say again? Your parachute didn't go off the first time, right? You had a safety parachute. And he's like, yeah, man, we didn't get it. Let's go. And I'm like,
let's run it back.
Are you okay?
Places everyone.
So I assume
you have to love the Sue's wait time. Like when he's down the mountain, they have to drive him all.
Yeah. The main reason for increased budget.
Yeah. No, man, that bitch has got a helicopter. You know.
Yeah,
you fucking know.
The main reason is the movie's many production delays and public health restrictions during.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. I'm sure.
And the size of the production didn't help either.
Yeah, I mean it feels, man. I mean, you got a train sequence that feels very Uncharted 2, which is dope. Listen, I'm all for it.
They even get a Jeep down some stairs.
Yeah, you're right. They do have that Jeep down the stairs.
Like, I swear to God, somebody on this, on the writing team, on the creative team, was playing Uncharted 2 and was like, you know what?
They should credit Amy Hennig for co-writer.
These always have a great foreign, but that 290 is going to be hard to get back. And it's not the biggest franchise. I think it's the 18th grossing franchise. It's only in the 3 billion range.
Yeah, I mean,
only 3 billion.
Well, when you consider Star Wars, Fast and the Furious even is huge now.
What's the biggest franchise with the least amount of films?
James Bond.
With the least amount of films?
No, James Bond's got a lot of films.
Oh, sorry, no, I just meant one of the biggest franchises.
Biggest franchises.
Pokemon.
Ghostbusters.
Avatar.
Oh, that tracks. Yeah.
That tracks.
2 films.
Ferngully 1 and Part 2.
Hey, now, don't hate on the Avatar. It's good.
Ferngully really
hit
a lot of heartstrings with people because they're pissed that they copied Ferngully.
It's not a copy from Ferngully.
It absolutely is.
That's not.
Yeah, and then the second movie was exactly the same as the first movie, except stupider decisions were made.
Oh. There's water.
Go see it.
Yeah, my family's watching the
visually
second one going,
a spectacle.
Where's that person gone?
Yeah.
And where did all this there's all these plot holes. Like where did those people go? Where's all that army gone? Yeah.
Oh man, you guys really?
Stupid.
Oh, by the way, I did.
I'm
see
hating
John Wick.
bad on Avatar 2.
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah, no,
right.
for sure. Like again, a spectacle, a triumph in movie making, fantastic storyline. Were your writers asleep? What happened?
Yeah, there was you had to extend your imagination a lot.
It's awful.
All right. Well, we'll save that conversation for another.
We'll have a heated debate. We'll have the spicy in couch.
We'll have the spicy
circle.
James Cameron Avatar.
There's another vote coming up. The actors are voting June 5th.
Oh yeah, the actors strike could be coming soon. Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Ultra alert. I'm with you. Avatar, not bad movie, right?
Quick side note. Apparently, because of the writer strike. I saw this on one of the Instas or whatever, that Deadpool 3 is currently in the making, and because of the writer's strike, Ryan Reynolds is not allowed to improv.
Yeah, I've read that too. I don't know how.
And I'm like, how?
What?
But that's kind of the thing. That's how it makes it really good. So I don't know how much that true is, but I wanted to ask you guys because he's the industry pros. Would that be something?
I think it's something, right? Like it absolutely someone's reading the bylines and saying like this is a rule that he would probably have to adhere to. But I don't know. I think it might be conjecture here. Like someone's just sort of speculating that this is the case.
Okay.
Most likely he will still ad lib. But I don't know. You know, like it's really up to you could submit what is it? You could submit like, hey, like let us do this, you know, in the WGA.
Oh, I see. Like just ask basically.
Yeah,
because he's WGA.
What do you mean?
Like, why wouldn't they let him ad lib? Is he a
because technically it's considered because he's a writer.
Yeah, so he's WGA then.
Right. Yeah. So he's a writer. So if he's ad libbing, he's technically
he's
rewriting his
not
lines.
Participating in the strike, essentially.
Not exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. It's a fine line. I mean, you know, who knows what's happening there. I mean, my thought is they're probably doing it anyway and we'll ask forgiveness later.
Sure, that's fair. Okay,
all right.
Yeah, cool.
What's this wonderful second film?
Well, real quick on Mission Impossible, like every Mission Impossible film has a MacGuffin. Like, what's the thing that's going to end the world? It's like nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Well, for at least the last
probably
several.
go with that one again.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's
this is so original?
Well, I mean, there's some dialogue in there that makes me think that this AI could be, and you see that big circle, Dead Reckoning, kind of has some. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards, and which is interesting considering that this actually was written back in pre-COVID, before AI right now is super popular because of LLMs, large language models. So. I'm wondering, is this going to be just really interesting and timely with like an AI kind of like something like this guy controls an AI that can like, you know, change, you know, the outcomes of, you know, politics or can control governments or whatnot, you know, what that might be.
I'm not buying that AI taking over the world shit. All it's doing is scraping what humans have made. We need AGI, right? That's what they want, where the computer actually thinks for itself. And then we got to assume it's going to want to take us out.
Well, but think about it like less of like it, so the bad guy obviously wants to control it. I don't think you're thinking of AI as like Terminator. I'm going to destroy the world.
Oh, you're saying
this is someone is controlling it. Right. Like imagine you're Elon Musk and you control like how people react, like the answers AI gives you. Does that make sense? Imagine like you typed into ChatGPT, what's the best place to go eat, and it gives you his right, exactly. It gives you his restaurant that he owns. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine like someone having that power and being able to. And but
that's the plot we're trying.
I don't know. I'm asking if.
I'm not gonna. Nah.
You're hard out.
It's plausible that he's going to create a software, and I think because like personally, I probably would have gone with Biohazard, but I think they did that in the previous one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did Biohazard in the previous one. I'm like, oh, well, if they do that again, then we're fecked because, like, the previous one obviously was so relative, and then now it is still relevant, but, like, I think AI would probably be the next step. So, damn, I don't know. That's a good one. Kind of like an Ultron type of thing where it doesn't come alive. But,
maybe.
You know, more like, did you ever see Sherlock Holmes, the BBC version with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's like is an episode in that where this guy has like, you know, all the knowledge, and he says it's like a software that he has everything on everybody and everywhere type thing, and he becomes so dangerous that he like has to be okay. Well, so I'm assuming that maybe it's like that.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
What the MacGuffin?
What based on what Google's thinks?
All right.
It's dark forces from Ethan's past.
That's every.
Thank
Jesus
you.
Christ. You can leave whenever you want. Like, listen, this podcast may not be for you. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
A deadly race around the globe begins.
Yeah, the log line. PJ found the log line as
confronted by a mysterious, all-powerful enemy.
See, all-powerful. It could be the AI software that you're talking about.
Now.
All right. On that note, are you guys? PJ's not gonna see this movie. Pagan, are you gonna see this?
I'm probably gonna go see this. Yeah, it's a good time. But I would go see it with friends. Like, we would, like, make it a thing. It's not, like, a trip that I would probably take myself. Because I go to the cinema all the time, like, alone even. But I feel like this would be, like, a, hey, let's all get together and have to crack and go see this
track down a
film.
terrifying new weapon that threatens all of humanity.
Doesn't help anything.
Asking, what is the weapon, PJ? God damn it. Are you... Is anybody
It's a
in
pen.
there? Jesus.
It's writing.
It's just like come on.
It's a log line.
So boring.
That's the log line. It's supposed to be broad and
Yeah, it's supposed
generic.
to be. Yeah, generic is what it's
You're in the industry. You know how this works. You're just hater. You're just hating. You're in a bad mood today. I can tell.
The hangovers.
The hangover is hitting in. All right, I do think it's going to do well. I mean, obviously it's going to do well.
It'll do well overseas.
Right. I mean, obviously it's a franchise. It's gonna crush. It's gonna make
great.
a ton of money. Whether or not it sticks the landing, obviously has to wrap up the.
The cliffhanger is that he's dead.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if
They haven't done that one.
I'm sure somebody will probably be in.
And then they'll pull the mask off it and somebody else that like Scooby Doo.
That's actually a big Mission Impossible thing.
That is a totally Mission Impossible thing. Yes,
yeah,
that's
how
what
that
they
goes.
do.
That's kind of how that works. Yep. So,
I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it. I think it looks fun.
I agree. I mean, who doesn't want to see Tom Cruise run fast?
I honestly want to see that Palm Clemente. I'm gonna butcher her name, but I just love her. I think she's great. And then in a villain role, perfect casting. So good.
Yeah. And I like seeing my video games come to life. It feels very like the sniper with the patch feels very Metal Gear and the desert. Like
totally
that feels
Sniper
fucking
Wolf.
Metal Gear. Yeah,
For
and then the Uncharted. I feel like they're just taking my favorite video games and putting it in a movie, which I'm here for. So let's do that. And then on that note, we'll take a break, and then we're gonna watch some Turtles. Ninja rap. Ninja rap. You ready for a pause? Did you take a pause? All right, we're back. That's for the podcast. Everybody.
Wow.
Yes. TMNT.
I love those products that we were sponsored by.
Never liked this. You just picked the worst fucking movies for me to look at. Never liked the Ninja Turtles.
What?
Never watched the cartoons. Never watched the series.
Dude.
You know? I hung out with a lot of the Turtles in my day, but
your heart just must be like a ball of coal.
I'm just an old fuck.
Wow.
Just never.
Just no
pizza eating turtles that live under the city in New York. Come
yes.
on. And they're ninjas.
Fuck yeah, they're ninjas, and they're named after Renaissance painters. It's not to love about that, and they're trained by a rat. It was once
so tell us what's happening in this amazing new
Well, I mean, we don't know much. We have a trailer. Obviously, the Turtle brothers are back. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. And Splinter, we see. And they're in New York City. That's pretty much all we know.
All right.
Oh, that sounds different.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like a little bit of a reimagining.
It is a reimagining? Or it's not a sequel of any sort?
No, this is different. This is a new look to the Turtles, new sort of vibe. Seth Rogan is helming this. He's sort of leading the charge. Directed by Jeff Rowe and Kyler Spears, who, if you ever saw... They were the brains behind the Mitchells and the Mitchells versus the Machines, which is an incredible animated film. Go watch it. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so good. It's so good. It should have won best animated film a couple years ago.
It was so good. I consider that a father-daughter picture.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, Rose Byrne's in this. Paul Rudd.
Love her. Love him.
Seth Rogan.
There's a series I'm waiting to come back.
John Cena. Jackie Chan. Hold on.
Jackie Chan is in this?
Maya Rudolph. Jackie Chan plays voices
Maya
Master
Rudolph?
Splinter.
This is going to be class. I'm sorry.
Ice Cube.
No.
Ao Adibri.
Sign me
Brady
up.
Noon.
Take my money, Drew. Shut up. Just
I know.
take my money.
The cast is good. Nicholas Cantu, McKay Abbey, Shamon Brown Jr. I might have butchered names. I'm bad with names, guys. Just don't give me weird names, and I will butcher them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT. They're back. Let's watch this trailer.
Timmons. Okay.
Count her down. Rose
Timmons.
Byrne was in that series where with the workout craze, the exercise craze. You ever see that?
No.
So good. 2 seasons of it.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. That's
really
on Apple TV as well.
Yeah.
I think there's also another one called, is it called Wellbeing or something like that? Wellness?
Physical.
No, there's one on Netflix. That's Wellmania. Wellmania. That's probably what it is. And it's an Australian one. Definitely recommend. All right. I am ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
It's a long.
I was going to say, I was like, what the heck?
That's a long card.
Oh, Nickelodeon.
New York City looks so good.
From Permanent Teenagers. Seth
That's
Rogan.
great.
That is great.
I love the music.
Oh, okay.
I like the credits. Oh, it's one of these.
Oh, holy shit! Is this the art style?
Yeah.
Claymation.
Oh, I love it.
Stay still. Stay still.
No. Oh. Let's try that again, but with ninja stars.
Hey, why did we pick a fruit shaped exactly like my head?
Just stop talking. You're ruining my concentration.
You're fine. Chill. He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
Wait, did you hear that? What was that?
Well, nothing we can do. You guys want to grab pizza?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What the heck are those things? They look like little Shreks to me.
Yeah, Bebop, Rocksteady. Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh my, I'm gonna be sick.
Leo, what happened? Is Donnie bleeding?
It was an accident.
Mikey, watch out!
So, you were baby turtles who made contact with mystery goo.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like it's just
It rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's nice, right?
It's nice, right?
I like that, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
Cast.
Wow.
That art was insane.
Isn't
That art
crazy?
is so good.
I really like that art
Damn.
style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now
Turtles are
there
back.
is something new in that makes me go, I
Okay.
may have to watch that.
Yeah.
Right, because that style of art was intense.
All right. Anything else that caught your eye?
No.
No.
Are all the Ninja Turtles boys?
Yes.
And they made one a girl here?
No.
Or is it prepubescent boy?
Well, what?
They're all young boys.
Yeah, they're all teenagers.
I thought
They're
because I
teenagers.
thought one with the got the knife in the leg was a girl. Sounded like a girl. Just younger boy. That's all I get.
Yeah, they're
Screaming in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It was a high-pitched
You
scream.
scream in pain when you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see some of our favorite little quick glimpses. It's a little teaser. What'd you think, Pagan?
I think it's very cute. I love the art style of this. I think this is a really new reawakening of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because we've seen some shit, okay? We have. Over the last couple of years, we've seen some fucking shit for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
The
Including
Michael
a live action one, okay?
Bayization of Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to this is so good. I really like the humor of this. I really love the art style. I'm very, very, very big fan. And I just love it. It's a stacked cast. Stacked.
Yeah.
That's great. And I presume are the turtles relatively well known, or are they like younger actors?
So the voice actors that I've seen for the Turtles,
Oh,
Nicholas,
good.
Brady, Micah, and Shema, I've never heard of them, or I'm not aware of them. So it looks like they've surrounded themselves with like the
Great.
ensemble, right?
Yes.
They paid those guys less.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but also like the Turtles have always been like, even in the movies, the early movies, like they were the guys in the suits were always like kind of like unknowns, and they did actually admirable job in the live action.
It's the same with these kids.
versions.
They're like relatively unknown, maybe 1 or 2 projects under their belt, which is great. But I love that. Can you imagine being cast in a film like this and then being surrounded by such like incredible actors?
Right.
Do you think you'd get to?
Great, love that.
Yeah,
record with
I think a lot of times they put them
Love
in
that.
the booth, and they're in the booth over. They're kind of like in the same, especially when they're doing a scene.
Didn't Nolan do a turtle?
He did Raphael.
He did
Sean
Raphael.
Turtle
One
too.
of the animated movies.
Did Sean do one too?
Sean Astin voiced Raphael in one of the cartoons. Yeah, the Nickelodeon cartoon. I think he was Raphael anyway.
I expected, to be honest with you, I expected a little more adult humor from
Seth Rogan.
But
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
sure,
they
yeah.
definitely are going for the 12, 13-year-old.
The younger audience, yeah.
Yeah, I think there'll be some adult-ish jokes, kind of like how Pixar will kind of throw in a little bit that'll go above the, the kids won't quite get it, but we all
Yeah,
will
we'll
kind of
understand it.
understand.
Yeah.
But I didn't see any in the trailer.
No, yeah. I mean, again, it's a teaser. I think they're just kind of showing you. I think they're really showing off the art style, and they're kind of giving you a glimpse of, that this is. They kind of show off all the things. Teenagers, they're mutants, and they're, and you kind of get a glimpse of. You see Bebop and Rocksteady.
Mm-hmm.
We get a glimpse
Do you
of.
think that's an
I think that's
extension of
April
the-
O'Neil.
Do you think that's an
It
extension
is
of
April
that,
O'Neil,
the
yeah.
Spider Universe one? Because that's some cool art in that one.
In the which one?
That Spider-Man.
The
It
Spider-Verse?
does feel.
It's got a little bit of the Spider-Verse.
It does kind of like. It does
But
feel like they're
another level of it.
taking that sort of idea of like we can be very artistic in this medium and people are gonna get it, right? Like I think Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse or into the Across the Spider-Verse,
yes,
has sort of sparked that idea that like audiences can and are willing to accept like a different way of animation. You know what I'm saying? Like in more artistically.
Did you ever see that Bob's Burger episode where they let a different artist do every like 3 minutes of art?
No.
That's really weird to watch.
I imagine.
Yeah.
It's kind of like like you do that art school project where everybody gets like a square and you paint your square and then you put them all up on the wall and then you kind of see everybody.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
It all still works.
Go to bigger schools now.
I do. I know.
Is your square true?
Yeah.
Draw whatever you want.
The square is so nice.
I think it was really cool that like in this trailer, we only get these boys and April. Like they're the only ones that talk. We don't get like Maya Rudolph. You don't get Rose Byrne. You don't get Jackie Chan. You don't get anybody else, and it really is just them taking the stardom. And I love that. I just really enjoy that, and I think that like they're not relying on the names. The names are in the project. You should go see it. But the teaser is all about like the style. It's the lads themselves. It's this young actress for April. Like I don't know. I think it's really nice and kind of refreshing to put them at the center of.
Are they Nickelodeon actors?
I'm not sure. Like they've kind of been in like relatively newish stuff. I think the girl who does April has probably done a few more things than the boys have. But yeah,
it'll be interesting to see where this lands in like the zeitgeist of Turtles, right? Like, is this a retelling of like an origin story, like when they're first sort of introduced to New York City? It kind of feels like that, like they're kind of like merging their way into the outside the sewer. You know, the Splinter for a while like kind of keeps them hidden, you know, obviously for good reason. They're giant turtles that can speak and do ninja things, and then they kind of start to realize they can use their abilities to help save people in the city, which is great. A little story, if you don't mind. Like, I'm a big Turtles nerd. I mean, there are definitely bigger Turtles nerds out there. I'm not saying I'm like the end-all be-all of Turtles fandom, but like I remember when I was like 8 years old, around that time, my dad walked me into a comic book store in Ohio, in like this like small town Ohio, and my dad bought me like I pointed and I was like, oh, let's check out this like really cool art for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, and it was the second issue. And I think at the time it was like actually more expensive because it was like it was an original second issue, so it was like a $30 comic book versus like all the other comics were like 99 cents. And my dad splurged and he got it for me, and I fell in love with this Turtles. And I think what was interesting is like the cartoon came out literally like a year later, like the cartoon, the one that everybody recognizes, the one with where they made all the turtles have different colors. But the comic book, if you're a fan, you know that they all wore, originally it was all red. Well, the comic book was originally black and white, but Eastman and Laird, they had envisioned they all wore red, like red bandanas. So you really couldn't, the only way you could tell them apart was like their mannerisms and their builds.
Oh, right.
And stuff like that. But it was so fascinating because like the comics were so brutally violent. Like they literally, the turtles are fighting the Foot Soldiers, the Foot Clan, and they're actually people in them. And they obviously you're fighting with like weapons like swords and so it's like they're like, you know, the Foot Clan are bleeding and the turtles are all like they get all scratched up, and it's like it feels like visceral.
Oh,
and then you get to the cartoon and it's very much like a kids oriented thing. And it's interesting how culture will take something that is a great idea and like popularize it for like, you know, the rest of the world, right? Like obviously we can't
we call that watering it down.
Yeah, we'll never get the violent turtles that I grew up with.
I mean, maybe one day. Maybe they'll release an R-rated version.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I would love to see that one day. But
kind of would be cool.
But I still like the idea that this exists in this world and we're getting new iterations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's sort of like it brings me back to my childhood, whether or not it, you know, it is what it is. Like it's a long running franchise. It'll continue to make money for people. And so, but I'm glad that it continues to kind of springboard and see new visions, and people can take it and put their childhood, like Seth Rogan can take it and put his childhood into it. So
I bet you he's a Ninja Turtle.
Do you have a favorite Ninja Turtle?
I don't even know their names.
Alrighty then. Maybe you're more of a Bebop, Rocksteady. You'll get that joke later.
I honestly think you could be accurate. Bebop and Rocksteady were pretty great though, and I loved April. April was one of my favorite characters. Turtles. I think Donatello was the nerdy one, right?
Yeah.
Or Leonardo was like the leader, right?
Leonardo's the leader.
And
Donatello builds
nerd.
machines. You can remember the theme song.
Yeah.
Michelangelo is
I'm
cool.
starting to understand why we are watching these
Michelangelo
trailers.
likes
You're
pizza.
picking all these trailers all the time, right?
Yeah, but it's because we did a poll on Twitter. I asked people what should we watch. I put
like
in
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
the creator.
It's a great
I
game.
put
Great
in
film.
Flowers of whatever Agrenon Moon or whatever the hell that is.
Something.
I put in Turtles
Flowers of Algernon.
and then Mission Impossible. The top 2 were Mission Impossible and Turtles. So it was audience picked.
You know, gave them a bunch of
I would say
shitty
Donatello.
choices, so.
But just because
Donatello?
I really like the nerd and like everything.
Yeah.
A married one, so. A nerd, not a turtle.
I mean, maybe.
So that's still going, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still all right. Still all right. Kind of.
Yeah.
What's your favorite turtle?
Mine,
Turtle Soup.
Turtle Soup. Raphael was always my favorite.
Raph is a good one. He's fun. He's loose.
He's a badass. He was
Yeah.
the ass kicker. He's the ass kicker. Like he's the one. He's the bad boy. He's the one who would not follow the rules. He never wanted to follow Mr. Splinter's like rigorous rules, and he was the bad boy. Where Michelangelo was the kind of like the goofy kind of like the class clown.
Yeah, the funny one.
Donatello was the kind of the funny one. Leonardo was the like kind of like the leader, but also like the kiss ass. Like he just did whatever Master Splinter said. And I kind of like the rule breaker. I like the one that would just sort of do whatever to get the job done. You know, it was a little more. And I liked his weapons. I liked that they were more defensive, right?
He is the size, right? The two size. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the size. I think the size is pretty cool.
Because it was more close combat, so you
Yeah.
could use them in anyone, and you could just use more brutal.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked.
And they're turtles.
And well, yeah, but I think every turtle, like your turtle, sort of defines you, right? Like because each one of them have such distinct personalities. I think that whatever
True.
turtle you pick sort of defines like.
I'm a
whether or
Virgo.
not-
That's why I went with Donatello.
Yeah, you know. Or do you envision maybe you being in, because I'm definitely not an ass kicker, but maybe I'm a bit of a rule breaker, don't you think? I never follow whatever you tell me to do.
Yeah, I don't think you're a rule breaker.
Yeah,
I'm a Virgo. I make lists and I only follow rules. I suck. I'm Donatello.
I just never got the whole turtle thing, like a turtle, really.
Yeah, it's
turtles.
cool. Well, and
they're mutant turtles that
yeah,
like
the mutants.
And I
got
guess they're right.
touched
You
by
throw the
some weird
how many-
ooze and now
how
they're
many
like
turtles got
superpowered.
thrown down the drain. And
Yeah. Well, and like other animals mutate. Yeah, that's why you have.
do you know turtles should not be out in the sun? Did that to Skylers. They died.
Oh my
you killed them.
gosh!
Thought they needed some fresh air. I put them
No.
out there in the sun. Killed
Oh
them.
gosh.
Jesus.
Nicholas Voigt.
R.I.P.
Raph is the one to
turtles.
attack first and ask questions later. That's right, buddy. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Raph is
I
a
mean,
hothead.
I don't know. You gonna see this in theaters? No. You gonna take your kids? No. They don't know turtles.
I don't think.
Maybe I take you. Maybe you find.
Skylar and Zoe might be interested in this.
If they serve liquor, I'll go.
All right, there you have it. If they serve liquor, I'll go. Pagan, you in the turtle
Yeah,
fandom?
I think I'll go. I honestly don't think I would see this kind of film in the cinema, and I'm still debating on whether or not I'd go see it in the cinema. But I do like this, and I like the fact that it's a new reiteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I like the claymation style animation on this. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Not claymation, but you know what I mean. It's a really cool like drawn style that
Right.
is reminiscent of Into the Spider-Verse, and Into the Spider-Verse is fantastic. So I'm definitely gonna go see this. I think.
Yeah. I'll be interested. I'll see what the second trailer, the longer trailer, kind of brings. If it's sort of too young, like it'll be weird. Like I definitely like my wife is like, no way, I'm not gonna go see this.
No,
and I don't
fair,
really
yeah.
have any.
Yeah.
And I don't really have any like kids young enough yet to kind of like drag and be like, take
You
me to
could
the
bring
Turtles
Miles.
movie.
No one would ask questions. They know you're there for you, but you could
It might
bring
be a little
Miles.
too violent for a 2-year-old. You know, like he's still a little too young for this. But
Right, okay.
so it might be creepy for me to just go by myself, be like, who's the pedophile in the back? So yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I'll be able to go see this. Yeah, Cornelius in the back.
Yeah,
But
that's good. I don't know, I think that's great.
I hope it does well. I hope Turtles continues on, and Eastman and Laird. Well, I think they sold it. They sold this property a long time ago to Viacom or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm excited.
It does definitely look like a young audience film, but it just feels so much fun. Like being an adult is boring, guys. Let's go see the films that are aimed at the younger audience. Fuck it.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a Mario hit.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No,
All right.
maybe.
What do you guys reckon? Our last segment, What are we watching? What do you recommend? Anything?
I'm gonna recommend a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
That interview we did for the Gatsby.
Yeah.
On CouchSoup.
Yeah.
With Jeremy Holtz.
Yeah,
Did I say that right? Holtz.
I think so.
They reimagined The Great Gatsby as a. How would I describe it? It's a modernized version of the Gatsby.
Oh,
The Great Gatsby. With a Chinese immigrant. It's really good. Give it a check. We did there's an interview if you want to read about it on CouchSoup. But I did the whole book, and it's really good. The art's good. So check it out. It's called Gatsby. It just came out this month. I think May 25th or something.
Really? Yeah. No, and we have, check out the article.
I think we're going to give away some copies, too.
Are we? That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. I saw some of the early artwork. It's really impressive. That's a great call.
Nice.
Pagan, anything you're recommending?
I watched Wellmania on Netflix. I thought it was so funny. I think there's only one season at the minute on Netflix. It is an Australian dramedy. It's just very funny. It's typical Australian humor. It's about a woman who flies home to Australia and then is trying to get her flight back to the US, but gets herself into trouble and essentially loses her green card. And she needs to pass a physical in order to be able to travel into the US again. So it's kind of like this short space of time she's trying to get fit and sort out her life. And it's very good. I highly recommend that one. And the other one is Exo Kitty. And I watched that. It's just one season. It's on Netflix. It's the second or the sequel to All the Boys We Loved Before. I don't know if you ever heard that. It kind of went viral a couple of years ago. I think 2019 or something when it came out. So this Exo Kitty is also it's quite a young audience. It's definitely probably not aimed for me in my 30s, but it's actually lovely. It's a very sweet series, a very sweet show, and I binge watched it. So yeah, would recommend it.
You think the girls would like it?
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. I think so.
Yeah, and that's the
I think
one,
maybe Zoe more than Skylar, just because of the age group. I do think it is definitely a younger audience. But I enjoyed it. And it's just about a young girl who wants to go find more about her birth mother, who's from Korea. So she goes over to South Korea, and she ends up in a school that's basically for international students in South Korea. And it's this little love drama, but also searching for identity, and it's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Coming of age kind of.
Coming of age film, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or you watched it already. Do you like it?
I binged the hell out of that.
Yeah, you should. You should. It's a cute one.
Kidding me?
Makes you feel good.
You thought it was Hello Kitty.
Boy, was I wrong.
It's cute. Some of listen, it is what it is. Just take it with a pinch of salt, if you know what I mean. Some of it's a bit cringe, but it's very cute.
Yeah. And that's on Netflix, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exo Kitty on Netflix and Wellmania on Netflix is definitely not cringe. It's just funny. It's an Australian funny humor. If you like anything Castle and stuff.
I haven't seen anything on that. That's interesting. No, you think that would have seen some advertising?
Yeah, just try one or two episodes. Myself and my mom really love Australian humor, films and stuff. The Castle or Muriel's Wedding is just peak Australian humor. It's very funny. So yeah, cool. When we saw this come up on Netflix, we were like, well, just give that a go for 2 episodes or so, and then just got addicted. It's very good.
Yeah.
So what superhero movie are you watching right now?
You know what? I haven't been watching much TV because we've been doing so much traveling. So you know what?
Watch on the plane? I watched Jack Reacher.
I slept on the plane.
Oh, nice.
I cried a couple times.
And the planes were hot and terrible. So the only way I could not have a rage just induced fit, I just
slept.
Yeah, flying is awful. Don't do it.
It's not nice.
The airlines are just the worst.
Good.
Tell him he's dreaming. The last disciple in the chat has seen the castle. That's so good. There's a little catchphrase in it where there's something always, and the dad just goes, "Tell him he's dreaming." I just love it. It's so good.
That's funny. I will have to watch that.
Wow, that's a great one. Thanks, last disciple. That's made my day.
So all I have to recommend is maybe get out because we've been doing a lot of traveling and I've been enjoying it. I've been
touch grass, bestie.
Yeah, a little bit of getting out there and being around people and.
So you're telling us don't watch anything, go outside.
Go
Overrated.
Outside.
How dare you?
Go outside.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. But
SPF,
I don't know.
Stay hydrated.
We've been locked up, with the kid and me and the wife. We finally got away and it was nice. We got to go to do a lot of drinking and partying and hanging out with other people and socializing and
felt like you were a human again.
Yeah, you kind of feel a little bit like exactly, human again. So that was fun. So that's been good. But I'm actually excited. There's a lot of good stuff coming out and to jump into, and I'm sure I'll have something really.
I won't be
nerdy
here
to
for
recommend.
a few weeks.
Yeah, where are you heading?
Amsterdam.
Yeah, probably for good, huh?
Yeah, not coming back.
No,
Yep. Did they give me? They give me my passport? I don't know.
Oh.
If you get a passport.
Well, I'm gonna get my uncle to help me get my Dutch citizenship.
Okay.
Oh wow, that'd be cool. Definitely, go do it.
Girls get to meet their cousins.
Yeah.
Figure out why they're so tall.
Nice.
So I'll be gone for 3 of these because I leave the day you shoot one.
Yeah. Well, and the show will probably be better for it.
Probably.
Until next time, when PJ's gone, we will see you then. Check us out on CouchSoup.com, where and you can find this show and listen to the show wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search Trailer Talk or Couch Soup. You'll find it among some of our other Couch Soup podcasts. If you want to support us, you can go to CouchSoup.com and become a member. Becoming a member is free, but if you want to support the show, that's great. We have some great tiers. It gets you access to our community circle, which we all kind of hang out there and engage and have a lot of fun. You get discounts on merch and all kinds of fun stuff. We do Zoom. We have a Zoom today, don't we, Pagan?
We do. We have a Zoom today at 3 p.m. PST.
Yeah, you get to hang out with us and some more and chit chat, and it's a lot of.
What are we talking about today?
The fact that he thinks that the end of Christopher Nolan's Inception is fucking real.
It's awesome. It's totally real.
It's a good movie.
All right, bring it, Couch Supers.
If it
Let's
wasn't
go.
real, why bother? Anyway.
Because that's the
All right, everybody.
Come over. We're gonna.
All right, let's go. It's gonna be
an Inception off.
heated debate. Let's go. All right.
Go be awesome, everybody.
All right.
Ninja.
Bye, everybody.
Ninja. Rap.
Bye-bye.
Ninja.